This afternoon on Marketplace, government challenge to prioritize full recovery and resilience of local industries upon the establishment of the National Development Bank. We have more from the Association of Ghana Industries as they launch their 10th Ghana Quality Awards.
AGI would like to see government prioritize its intervention to prop up industries.
Also, the Bank of Ghana challenged to accelerate works on fit and proper test for directors and key managers of banks.
The issue that has come to the fore is the amount of time it takes for that to happen. So, for example, if my treasurer resigns today, I have 1 month notice. And indeed, for a treasurer to resign, you probably don't keep him for a month. You have to take him out in a week or two.
Plus, government to register all SIM card-enabled devices as part of plans to curb fraud. We'll hear from the Minister for Communications and Digitalization.
Now, it's not just the SIMs that are going to be registered, but the devices are also going to be registered to clamp down on stolen and grey devices.
We have more on this and other stories coming up shortly after this break. Hello and welcome. I'm Charles Aite. To our first story, the Association of Ghana Industries has welcomed the establishment of the National Development Bank, hoping it will improve the access to credit industries call for amid the trials of economic crunch the coronavirus has left behind. Now, speaking at the launch of the 10th Ghana Quality Awards, the CEO of the AGI, Sechim Okwaba, reiterated the need for the government to prioritize the full recovery and resilience of local industries.
We experienced a drastic slowdown in business activity last year with the outbreak of the pandemic. Global supply chains were terribly disrupted, and this development exposed our vulnerability to shocks as an economy. The GDP growth of 0.9% for our manufacturing subsector is not the best. We all acknowledge that. Considering the turbulence that our businesses went through, it has become expedient to adjust the dynamics of local and international trade, taking cognizance of the ASCFTA, which remains the largest single market. Against this background, I believe it is crucial that our businesses quickly adjust to keep wheels of industries running. Therefore, the theme, positioning local industry, is in sync with the times of the season. In this regard, AGI would like to see government prioritize its intervention to prop up industries. May I reiterate that industry appreciates efforts by government that have made it possible for Ghana to play host to the CFTA Secretariat. This is indeed no mean achievement. Efforts by government to set up the development bank is also very much welcomed by industries, because access to credit and cost of credit remain a major challenge for most of our businesses, especially our SMEs. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement, considered as the flagship project under the AU Agenda 2063, has the potential of being one of the world's largest markets, and thus present a myriad of opportunities for businesses in Ghana. It is therefore extremely important that industry gets the needed support to boost local production and manufacturing infrastructure, to add value to its commodities for export, as well as develop the capacities of our human resource to fully benefit from the CFTA. Even though the number of government programs to support industry are commendable, we believe the timeliness of the interventions make a big difference in resuscitating local businesses. I therefore urge government to expedite action of its About Tampa Cares program to propel us to leverage the opportunities of the CFTA. We are anxious to see how these initiatives can inure to the building of capacity of local industries.
Let's now hear from the Director of the Ghana Standards Authority, Professor Alex Dodo, who stated the need for businesses and local industries to adopt high-quality standards in order for them to remain competitive in the Continental Free Trade Agreement area.
As of this year, we are trading among Africa. You can sell to South Africa, and for the appropriate goods, you pay no tariffs. So now the door is open. But one thing is not compromised: quality. I believe that Ghanaian companies can export to Africa and beyond, but we have to meet the needs of the markets, and that's where quality comes in. And I am looking forward to the GSA supporting industry to export. The aftermarket is supposed to be huge, 1.3 billion people, and we are hoping that Ghanaian companies will partner with AGI and with the GSA to be able to export. As we support the industry awards, these are pledged once again. We make this pledge every year. We are here to support industry to grow, especially the micro, the small, the medium enterprises. We have started graduating our charges as well as our services so that everyone can have a step onto the door. Please talk to us. You may think you cannot meet the requirements. Our job is to help you meet it. We do not pass you, we do not fail you. We help you meet the requirements so that you can export. Because when we have more industries exporting more, then that means that we get more money. When we get more money, then it means we get more jobs. When we get more jobs, it means we have more fun.
And of course, the launch of the 10th Ghana Quality Award sets the pace for this year's event, which centers on repositioning industries to leverage on the continental free trade area. Away from that, some bankers are appealing to the Bank of Ghana to accelerate work on its fit and proper tests for directors and key managers of various banks. According to the chief executive of FBN Bank, Victor Yao Sante, the process, which is laudable in ensuring the right people are appointed to work in the banking sector, must be fast-tracked to ensure timely replacement are done.
A lot of discussion around this. So it's only natural that post such a thing, there will be a lot of regulation, and that has happened. And we can't fault Central Bank for wanting to regulate or wanting to do even more than, and they've introduced quite a number of things like the governance framework that we discussed, the fit and proper test, and the capital requirement directive and all of that. All these things are done to tighten regulation. Now that is fine. Now the problem we have with the fit and proper test is the fact that it means that you can't make any senior appointment, any board appointment without a thorough overview from Central Bank, and they have their own processes, which is fine. Some of the processes include integrity tests and even searching on everything, including what you've done, even police, criminal records, everything, which is fine. The issue that has come to the fore is the amount of time it takes for that to happen. So, for example, if my treasurer resigns today, I have 1 month notice. And indeed, for a treasurer to resign, you probably don't keep him for a month. You have to take him out in a week or two because you can't let somebody who's going to competition stay in your treasury room. So there's an imperative for me to quickly replace such a person. So when I identify somebody probably in a month, I expect that Central Bank will also move in a month or two to get closeness. But sometimes you are taking 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6. And there's a reverse risk there because if you don't have a competent person manning your treasury, what you have is that you probably have genius manning it. And the very risk that you want to prevent from making sure you are getting the right person may manifest itself in the fact that you may not have the most qualified people running it, which is also a risk to you. So all we are saying is that in some instances, we need the regulator to move faster. We are very happy with the regime, and I think we are working together lately, and a lot of things are working well. Hopefully, that will result in a lot of consumer confidence in the banking system, which we are having to work on after the reforms.
You're still watching Marketplace. Let's take a short break. We're right back. Yeah, welcome back to the Marketplace. The Minister for Communications and Digitalization, Esla Ozokufu, says plans are far advanced to register all SIM card-enabled devices in the country. According to her, this is part of plans to check fraudulent activities on the rise. Addressing the media, the minister noted that the exercise may coincide with the re-registration of SIM cards slated for June this year.
Us to do so. It hasn't been done for a long time because we didn't have a proper way of verifying the identity of the people to register them. All the cards that we were using had corrupted databases, so it was difficult. There was a lot of duplication in some of the systems that we have. But now with the national ID, we have a secure means of identifying and verifying the identity of people. And so now we can begin to implement the law properly. We needed to do that, put that infrastructure in place first, before we could move towards the SIM registration. Now, it's not just the SIMs that are going to be registered, but the devices are also going to be registered to clamp down on stolen and grey devices, so that if your device is registered and it is stolen, it can be blocked and it cannot be used with any SIM card in this country. We hope with that we will go a long way towards curtailing crimes committed using mobile devices and SIM-enabled devices. And I think we all understand the need for that. Now, our mobile phones are not just phones, they are our offices in our pockets. They need to be secured because of the value of the information that is stored on them, and our tablets and other devices as well. So it's imperative that we register.
Now, honey has a lot of economic and health values, making it a very lucrative agribusiness in many places around the world. Beekeeping and honey business are potential job creation ventures in Ghana especially. To promote safe honey for human consumption, the Forestry Institute of Ghana of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research has organized a honey festival for beekeepers in the country. The initiative is expected to enhance the honey production industry, make it lucrative and attract investors for the expected growth. There is more in this report by Anita Sewa Ajoga.
Honey consumption has been increasing all over the world, but the safety of honey is not assessed and monitored regularly. Honey is being adulterated in more sophisticated ways that are more difficult to detect in simple methods. The festival is therefore meant to improve the safety of honey. Dr. Courage Besa Adanu is research scientist and coordinator of the Ghana National Apiculture Platform.
We want to organize the sector because of the nature of honey and then also the bees themselves, so that we can have an organized way of focusing on the role they play in nature and for human sustenance. That adulteration is real, and from India to the US to Europe and to Africa and yours truly Ghana. It's a problem. So I try to demonstrate that with your senses you cannot figure out if honey is pure or not unless the reputation of the source is genuine.
Ghana has the best climatic conditions suitable for beekeeping and honey production. Yet, the country imports honey. Demand for honey is high, but Ghana is unable to meet demands.
As at now, as a country, we can't even meet our demand. The first thing is we don't even know our demand. And we import a lot of honey now from Dubai, China, and things like that. And this is creating problem already. Meanwhile, all the vegetation zones in the country is ripe for honey production. And so you need very little investment to go into it. Many people, you train them and they think as soon as they place their boxes there, they start harvesting. No, a little patience, then you'll be in business. But then if we don't correct the anomalies along the value chain, if you dip into it a lot of money, you will still struggle. That is why we are trying to mobilize.
Some beekeepers are, however, adding value to honey to meet consumer demand.
We have hair cream. This is the hair cream. It's used for the hair. It's helping hair growth, and it's made with aloe vera, propolis, and bee wax, and honey itself.
So I have stingless bee propolis here from Business Ghana Limited, and actually this is an antibiotic, a natural antibiotic from bees, and this is from bees which do not sting, stingless bees. Actually the propolis is in its raw form, is a solid, and this has been extracted with alcohol to get a solution.
Experts say beekeeping and the honey industry are potential avenues for employment creation in Ghana. Anita Sewa Ajuga reporting.
Now, packaging firm Royal Crown Packaging is poised to take advantage of the opportunities under the Continental Free Trade Area. The general manager in charge of sales, Gifty Mensah Kwaku, says her outfit is in a better position to assist other businesses hoping to export their products to other markets in Africa with packaging that meets standards.
Seriously working on that because we're doing the export and it's in the ETLS regime. So we've explored how the Continental Free Trade is going to also work and see how we can take advantage of that, because we also have to think of our clients outside. If they don't benefit from the after, then it becomes a problem. They wouldn't want to buy from you. We have other, it's an open market. We have other competitors, not even Ghana, coming to set in within the sub-region. So we trying to educate ourselves to see what we can do, and then get to some melting point where we can both have a win-win situation. So of course, yes, we are taking advantage of it. Whatever is in there, if it's going to favor us, why not?
You may want to make a date with us at 5 p.m. with more on the Joy Business Van. Before we leave, COVID-19 has exposed businesses, small and large, to the critical need of either innovating or dying. That's been a particular lesson for Nabia Dankwa, the CEO for Nabia Bassinets and more. In this story, of course, we tell the story of how this young entrepreneur like Nabia has capitalized on the global pandemic to expand her business and remain relevant. Exactly is Nabia's story?
7 years ago, I found myself unemployed.
Really?
Yes. And being unemployed in Ghana, you have to find something and do.
Yeah.
So I was in between jobs, stayed at home. Then I realized that I could sell something, and I wanted something different, not the usual rice, drinks and all of that. So I went to the Switchback Road, spoke to a couple of people. We made unique designs peculiar to bassinets, that is Moses baskets for babies. And we started from there.
So that was like how many years ago?
That's 7 years ago.
7 solid years ago. It doesn't look on your face at all.
Thank you.
It's been a journey of mixed feelings. So help me understand what happened in the span of these 7 years.
So in the span of 7 years, I realized that the Ghanaian consumer wanted more. They knew that you could make Moses baskets, but they wanted somebody who could serve as a bridge between the Moses baskets and furniture, because they also felt that if I could work with artisans to make baskets, then I can work with them to make furniture. So I moved into rattan furniture. So I was making chairs, sofa sets, dining tables, all of that. Then they wanted more. Yes, the Ghanaian wants more.
We always want more.
Then I branched into full-fledged furniture, which actually took up all the space all the time, and I had to leave the rattan behind.
So you did all this by yourself?
Yes, by myself.
Wow.
Yes, by myself.
So walk us through the journey as we make our way to the very first station. Okay.
Yeah, so in learning about furniture, I had to go into the basics. I had to do lots of research. And the good thing about my kind of research was I didn't sit behind the computer or go on. I did all that at some part, but I basically went into the market, because I realized that there were industry players inside the market. So I went to them, I went to talk to them. And because I was speaking to them at their level, I didn't come with any, I'm so educated, I'm so higher, I'm whatever. They listened to me.
So you started on the back of humility, having to come to the level of those who knew the job proper so you could understand. So I want to get it clearly. It wasn't the case whereby you enrolled in a construction institution or a technical university to get the wherewithal to run this business?
No, the construction bit came from where I used to work. I used to work with a free zone company where we used to sell industrial land, and also we used to build warehouses. So that's construction bit, as in this X number of bags of cement can build a warehouse. That I knew. Learning curve with workers, finding the right workers who are loyal to the team, the dream, the vision of you, the entrepreneur. I had to go through that as well. So that also was there. And also I myself made certain decisions at that time, what I thought I could, but I didn't have the capacity then.
And it was interesting having to visit Nabia at her workshop to get to know what she does. For more on her, you could visit our YouTube channel on JoyNews to get to understand what exactly she is into. But on Moneylab today, we'll bring you a lecture on how customers can be armed with information on investments before they take that step. Take a listen.
On today's edition of Moneylab, we want to discuss ways by which customers can have information on an investment before embarking on it. There's a saying that buyer beware. What it means is that for every product you want to buy, it is important that you also do your own research to understand all the characteristics of the product before you go in and buy it. The same way happens with investments. Before you embark on any investment, it is very important for you as an individual to ask all the questions surrounding the investment before you go in. So do your assessment, ask the questions, visit the companies, and understand everything on it. Ensure that you are very comfortable with it before you embark on that investment. If you don't understand anything on that investment, do not do it. So join us again on the next edition as we look at other investment tips.
And that was the money tip for today and the marketplace. My name is Charles Aite. For more news, to log on to myjoyonline.com, where you can get yourself updated on everything sports, politics, business, and world news. Many thanks once again. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.